Give me here.
Doing the Pete Holmes mouse just Batman. I don't know what that means. Alfred.
We took your stool.
Ja.
Das Stuhl, we took it.
Das
Ja.
Stuhl.
We took your stool. I just said your autumn. I'm like, what?
My arm. My arm, Tyson. My arm.
Me arm.
It's very sore.
Me arm's very sore.
Oh, matey. But it was not.
I think we do southern accents in every recording session.
But it wasn't like this panhandle kind of southern. It was
There you
more.
go. I turned Scottish.
Like the creepy old man voice.
Because I can do some kind of old man voice.
Sabotage.
Saboteur! Well, you want to take my pen, sir? I can feel something inside myself. And I don't think I'm strong enough now. Relax, don't do it. When you wanna come, you make me feel
So you're
like
just staring back at
a
us?
natural woman. Something about you. Hello and welcome back to another episode of How About This Movie. Today we will be discussing the 1996 movie, The Craft. The shout out for today's movie goes to Jecll, or Jen as I know her. I don't know which one she prefers. I'm going to say Jen. Jen, good job, Jen!
Hey, Jen.
If you'd like a chance to win the shout out, be sure to follow our social medias. It's at Jecll Studios on all of them. I think Carly only posts them on Facebook now. That's okay. Definitely follow our Facebook if you want to win the shout out, but maybe our other social medias as well. Jecll Studios, Jecll Studios.
All the other ones will have updates of when we post.
And some other stuff maybe. I don't know. We'll eventually get better at this stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Some behind the scenes stuff.
let's get this show on the road. Tyson, who was in this movie?
Oh, well, there's four main people. Everybody else is just,
Yeah.
not worth mentioning. Robin Tunney
Yes.
plays the main chick, Sarah. And then you got Fairuza Balk, who plays Nancy.
Nancy.
You
Basket
got, Nev Campbell, who played, I forget her name, the one with the burn scars.
Bailey.
Bonnie. Is Bonnie.
Barbara?
It was Bonnie. It was Bonnie.
Bailey was the last name of Sarah. Hey, Mr. Bailey.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Nev Campbell plays Bonnie.
Yes.
And then Rachel True plays the black chick.
Rochelle.
Rochelle.
Rachel plays Rochelle.
Rachel plays Rochelle.
That's why I thought that was funny.
Sarah was in an episode of House, the first episode, I think.
She was! I knew she looked familiar.
Yep, she was the teacher that
Yeah.
wrote
Flabum. Flip.
call 911 or whatever on the board
Yeah.
as she was dying.
Yeah, I only recognize Fairuza Balk from Waterboy.
Vicky Valancourt.
Yeah. And then Nev Campbell is in the Scream movies.
Yeah, she was.
And Rachel True was in Half Baked.
I think Nancy was a vampire in something. Was it the
Might have
Blades?
Could have been.
It was either the Blades or Underworld. One of the two.
She was a she-devil. In Waterboy.
Directed by Andrew Fleming, who has done mediocre work.
Ooh, Sleep Burn from Tyson!
Like The Craft is the best thing he's done.
What else has he done?
He's done Hamlet 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
And he did Ideal Home, which are...
Don't recognize either of them, so that
Yeah.
makes sense.
I didn't realize Hamlet had
Ideal
a sequel.
Home was Paul Rudd and Billy Coogan, I think, are a gay couple, and they adopted.
Oh, that's that new shit!
Yeah.
I want to watch that. So, The Craft is about a coven of witches. It's mostly told from the perspective of Sarah, the new girl from San Francisco, who moved to where this movie takes place.
The LA area. This is LA.
That's not even that far.
Why are we learning French?
That's right. We should be learning Mexican or something, which is not a cool thing to say. Guy Brecken or whatever his fucking name is.
Dude who looks like he's 40 and is shorter than the high school kids.
He has always looked like he's 40.
Yeah. Like when he was born, he looked like he was 40.
I do like him as an actor, though.
Yeah.
He reminds me of the one guy in Boy Meets World, the one that always hangs out with Harley, with the big guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Not his rat face, though.
It reminds me of that style of
He's got the same stupid ass hair.
and the same kind of like, oh, I'm a cool guy because I hang out with the other cool guys. This is my cool guy friend. I'm gonna act like I'm as cool as my friend.
Yeah. And he gets to act tough because he hangs out with two big guys.
Yeah.
But he's like 4'3".
Yep. It's basically a better Mean Girls.
It's basically a worse Mean Girls.
No, because it's Mean Girls with a horror aspect.
Yeah, but worse actors.
I wouldn't even say it's
Well-
Mean Girls.
Technically, you would, if you would say Mean Girls is the craft.
Yeah. Technically. Mean Girls is like a poppy version of the craft.
Yeah.
At least the lesbianism in Mean Girls is acknowledged instead of just hinted at like it is in this movie.
Well,
Fucking 90s.
but it was 1996. It wasn't like amazing acting was the standard.
It really wasn't even that bad. I just wanted to say that Mean Girls was better. I don't even know that I believe Mean Girls is better. I just wanted to say it was.
It's definitely more popular because it is poppy, and this is a horror movie with a Mean Girls aspect to it.
Do we actually want to discuss the plot? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure. So it follows from the perspective of telling Sarah's story. She moves to a new school and finds kinship with these girls that practice witchcraftification. No breathing. Don't give a fuck if I boil my newt. I don't know how it goes. That was so fucking dumb.
Cut that.
No, leave all of that in, even the part where I call it dumb.
Increase the audio and zoom right in on Daxton's face as he's saying that.
And then Photoshop a lone tear.
Okay.
Fuck if I boil my newt. And while they're exploring their powers, bad stuff happens.
Bat stuff.
Bat stuff.
Bat stuff.
Well,
The craft.
It starts out with really good stuff.
Well, I don't know that I would call any of that stuff good.
You don't think a racist going bald and a bad man dying? Good stuff.
Also, them getting $175,000. That's pretty good.
You're talking about... That's probably who Ray is!
I think so, yeah.
God damn it!
Also, Bonnie's scars getting healed.
That's
good.
good.
Pretty good.
That is good. Okay, that's good. That's pretty good.
Then it turned to shit, but you know.
And a racist going bald is also probably good. But like...
I'm not condoning...
Scalping racists?
I'll condone scalping racists.
Also, there's nothing wrong with being bald.
There's nothing wrong with being bald. There's something wrong with being racist.
I don't think we're taking a bold stance in saying that we think racism is bad.
Yeah, we're on the moral high ground here.
Yeah, they're going to need a moral ladder to get to the ground that we're standing on because it's so morally high.
It's true.
Are y'all getting high in here? Morally.
Oof.
Sorry.
And with that, we will no longer be recording the show because we can't do any better.
So stuff was happening as they're experimenting with this newfound power now that they have their fourth.
Yes.
North, south, east, and west.
Earth, wind, fire, and water? Earth, air, fire, and water?
And heart. Powers combined.
The Avatar.
Powers combined. Menel. That was his name, right? Menel.
It's Manon.
Menol.
No L.
Menon.
No L.
Oh, see, there's a silent M at the end.
I just thought it was Minnow.
Anim.
It ends with an N.
It ends with an N.
I will look it up right fucking now because you guys don't believe me. Manon, Manon. A fictitious creation of the film. Sounds very close to Manananan, the Gaelic god of the sea. Luckily, we weren't all swept to sea, director Andrew Fleming is quoted. Every time the girls started the ceremony, and only when they would start the ceremony, the waves would start coming up tremendously fast, pounding heavily. Then, right when Nancy says the line, Manon, fill me, right at that exact moment, we lost power. It was a very strange thing. Manon, Manon.
I don't believe you.
God damn it, neither do I.
Manon.
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 But yeah, it really turns around. I would say it really turns around because Nancy is super jealous of, I forgot her name, Sarah?
Mm-hmm.
Nancy is super jealous of Sarah's innate magical gifts.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty obvious from the start.
And then once they get once she gets the mun, she buys the book, and she becomes an evil dick.
And Sarah starts to question the ethics of what they're doing, and then somehow becomes a target. She's like, oh, we should stop doing this. And they're like, okay, fucking die.
Well, the other two are very clearly just attracted to the person with the most power. Because that's how they were written. They were very obviously written as secondary characters who just follow the person with the biggest dick in the room. And after Nancy invoked the spirit, Nancy had the biggest metaphorical dick in the metaphorical room.
Mm-hmm. Biggest magical phallus.
Yeah.
Sticking straight up.
Yeah.
Turgid at all times.
It wasn't a flaccid phallus.
No. It was definitely firm.
A firm phallus is
Yes.
pretty impressive.
Yeah.
For a witch.
Yes. Most impressive for a witch. Of all things that it could be impressive for, a witch is most impressive.
Mm-hmm.
You know of any plot holes in the film?
No. It's all magic. You can just explain anything they did wrong with magic. No, I didn't really notice anything where it was like, well, you said this and this happened or anything like that. I don't know if I quite got the a good grasp on the rule of three thing. It's like nothing bad happened to them except for what happened to Sarah. Nothing bad happened to them from using their magic. Was that just like did I miss part of that?
I think she was just trying to make them see what will happen to them if they keep going down the path. Like, it's going to come back to them ×3. And she was just, like, using what they did as kind of like a...
Okay. So it is
an example.
It is like a warning for using witchcraft if you're not careful.
Yeah.
But they hadn't necessarily crossed any sort of threshold to fuck up their whole day.
Right.
Okay.
They just ended up not having their powers anymore.
Yeah. Well, did they really have any powers before? What did they do before Sarah came along?
Nothing really. It was just them using Sarah and Nancy to heal their scars and get a blonde bitch bald.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they never really had any power after all.
No.
Except friendship.
They were just bodies to fill the spot of West and East or whatever the fuck.
Soggy and waffle. Tyson, why don't you break out your calculator and tell us some numeros about this here movie?
Well, by my calculations, the budget was estimated at $15 million.
That is more money than I have.
That's definitely true. It was more money than I have.
Was half of that budget on snakes?
Could have been.
Snacks.
There was a lot of sneaky snakes in this.
Snicky, slithery,
They're
snicky
They're
snack.
pretty sneaky.
It grossed worldwide over 55 million though, so it definitely did pretty well.
Yeah. That's 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
And then a little bit more.
A little bit more, yeah.
3 1/3.
Yeah, it was number 66 overall in 1996.
Wait, number 66?
Number 66.
Number 66.
Yeah. Number 24 on R-rated movies in 96. And is the number 11th highest grossing number 11th highest grossing witch movie of all time.
Of all time.
I had to look at that list just to see what else was on the list ahead of them.
Was there some interesting stuff?
Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters.
Which is definitely a stretch.
Yeah.
Blair Witch Project was number 1, I think.
That didn't even really have a witch in it.
Carly, what was your favorite scene in this movie?
Ooh, my favorite scene in this movie is... It's a good movie, so
It's hard
there's
for you to pick.
Yeah. There's a few that are, like... The ones that are most memorable for when I'm like, I love that movie. The scene where she, like, makes her hair blonde.
Oof.
Or, like, light as a feather, stiff as a board.
Mm-hmm.
I think when Sarah and Nancy are fighting up against the wall, and then the dresser comes and just like slams up against the wall. It's a very intense scene.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite.
That 1996 CGI, though.
Yeah.
So here's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like with editing, they probably could have just switched the wig and then switched the wig back. Since she was wearing a wig the whole time anyway.
Okay.
Instead of doing fuzzy CGI. Just like...
Well, for the scenes where she's just sitting there, just like, you want to touch it? It looked like they just put like some like really high intensity lighting just on the top of her head.
It looked terrible, though.
Yeah, it didn't look great.
They could have just put another shitty looking wig on her instead.
But then the whole scenes where she's like shaking out the blonde, they'd have to do CGI for stuff like that.
Well, they could have just had her take the blonde out the same way she put it in.
That would have been as cool, and then their budget would have been spent for nothing.
Well, it wouldn't have been spent at all because it would have been 2 wigs. It would have been like
That's a
$80.
lie. That's a lie.
They could have repurposed the money.
For
They could have bought more
CGI.
snakes.
They could have put snakes more places, like on the plane.
I was gonna say that. Yes. Sorry, I'm calm.
Tyson.
What was your favorite?
Stepping on his dick, Carly.
I
Go
thought-
on then.
I thought we were doing this thing where we were... Okay.
Daxton.
You too! Tyson, what was your favorite scene in this movie?
Probably Light as a Feather, Stiff as a Board. That's one that I remember the most from when I was a kid.
Yeah.
That was awesome when I was a children. But I would be
Remiss?
remiss
Yeah!
if I didn't mention the Pokies scene. I have to mention that.
90s
Nipples.
nipple.
Yeah,
We need to bring back 90s nipple.
yeah. There was quad Pokies going on there.
Quad pokies.
Can't really beat that for a 90s movie.
Can't beat quad pokies.
Yeah.
That's what my grandma always used to say.
Can't beat quad Pokies.
Can't beat quad pokies!
Daxton, what's your favorite scene?
Oof.
Do you like any of the movie?
I liked the movie as a whole. I just can't think of anything that really sticks out to me. I can tell you what my least favorite scene was. Nancy living my literal nightmare at the end of the movie.
Yeah, being all strapped up and shit.
Yeah. Like, I have, like, a legitimate phobia of mental health facilities. Because who are they going to believe? Like, Carly comes to pick me up from the mental health facility. They going to believe me, the guy in the mental health facility, or the crazy doctor that's experimenting on me that no one knows about?
Mental health facilities are like oubliettes. They're a place you send people to forget about them.
Yes.
Name that movie, Carly.
No idea.
Damn it, it's Labyrinth.
There's a lot of pretty cool effects and a lot of
mean-
interesting scenes in the movie.
It's a good movie. None of the scenes really stand out to me.
It's really like a storyline as a whole that will draw you in.
I mean, I was going to make a joke about the part where they were kissing each other in the woods, but that's not really my favorite scene. I was just going to say it to be funny. No, I don't. The last fight, I mean, like you said, but not when the dresser slams on him. When she's, like, about to die and she's, like, doing the something Guardians of the something.
Invoking the spirit.
Yeah, when she's invoking the spirit and, like, all the fucking pictures go storm cloudy and then she ends up in that mirror behind Nancy. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like that a lot.
I like the moving pictures, too. Like when her mom's just like, I can see you now.
Yeah.
Yep.
When her mom's like, Carly,
Yes.
what would you score this movie and would you recommend it?
I'm gonna score this strictly out of my feels. I know it's not like a really good movie by most people's standards,
Well,
but
I think it's safe to say we grade on a very, very dumb rubric.
yes.
It's only like, it's like 40%, maybe 30% how good is the movie, and 60%, 70% no, just personal feeling.
Yeah.
Yes. I personally feel like this is like a 9 out of 10 movie. It's probably more realistically like a 7 out of 10 movie, but for me, it's one of my favorite movies.
So you wouldn't recommend it then?
I would absolutely recommend it.
Oh, okay.
Only if you're cool, though.
Yep.
Tyson, how would you score this movie and would you recommend it?
7 out of 10, and yes, I would. Yeah, it came out when I was a kid, and I saw it when I was a kid. And I've enjoyed it since I was a kid. So
I have seen bits of this movie. I have seen enough of this movie to get it without ever watching it all the way through like we just did. You know, there's witches. One of them becomes an asshole. I understood the movie before we watched it.
It's a very straight-on view of a man getting his head run over by a tire.
Oof, that was aggressive.
that was pretty dope.
It was
That's probably one
aggressive.
of the reasons why I was rated R.
Yeah. But anyway, sorry, I was just imagining that dude getting run the fuck over again, like Ben-Hur style.
1,000 yards.
Yeah,
down.
they want to hit you over the head with that.
Yeah,
stuff.
that was aggressive. I'd give it a 6. 6 out of 10. Sure. Why not? I'd watch The Covenant instead. I thought that was more exciting. But no quad pokies in The Covenant, so. But it's okay. Sure.
That's fair.
I wouldn't say don't watch it. I would say if we hadn't watched Tall Man, Holmes and Watson, and The Lost Boys, this would be the worst movie we've ever done. So if you're wondering kind of where it falls, it's down on the list for me. We watch it anyway. It's not bad.
I was gonna make a comment about how I'm thrusting a lot of these, like, older movies that have to do with fantasy upon you.
Yeah.
And you don't wish for any of them.
Well, but we deserve this after the last movie. You were pretty upset with us.
I wouldn't say upset. It wouldn't be my first choice.
You threatened to leave me.
Fun facts. We got some facts and they're fun.
Fun facts.
They're facts, and they're fun.
Yeah. Fun fact.
You know, Helsinki was...
Syndrome. Why is it called Helsinki Syndrome? No one has told me yet.
Nobody has come back to us.
Update. Why is it called Helsinki Syndrome? We still don't know.
Go back to our Christmas episode of
Hard.
Die Hard and let us know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, fun facts. Fun fact, I still haven't slept a wink since we recorded Die Hard because I don't know.
It's true.
Can't you see it in my eyes? Fun fact, Robin Tunney, I think it's Tunney,
I think so, yeah.
wore a wig through filming because of her previous role in Empire Records where she shaved her fucking head with alligator's teeth. That last part was an obvious lie. Some of the magic scenes had to be reshot because of wacky happenings, like what I was describing when I was proving the pronunciation of Manon. Manon!
Madame.
Something so weird that even like their witch expert that they brought on was like, what the fuck is this? This is some witchcraft.
And wizardry.
And Hogwarts!
I want to say most of those stories are either coincidence, and then the other ones are just bullshit that they're trumped up to get publicity for.
I can tell you wholeheartedly, if I made a movie like this one, I would say weird shit happened when I made the movie.
Get people in those fucking theater seats, man.
Yeah.
Or something like little happened. They all built it up.
Yeah.
Like a tripod will fall over. We're like, something invisible is pushing things around.
It's like Witches!
The example that they gave was the part that I read where the tides were rising, but also when they were doing it, bats were flying over Nancy's head. Why would bats fly over Nancy's head?
Well, on the beach, there's usually bugs and mosquitoes and such.
Yeah.
Guess what bats eat?
Bugs and
and
mosquitoes and such.
And such, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially such. That's their favorite.
Yeah. Out here, it's dragonflies.
Yeah. I have another fun fact. That's the debut of Nathaniel Marston. I don't even know who the fuck that is. He played Trey, and I don't know that Trey had any lines in this movie. I do know that he had some lines in the movie.
Was he the one that was in the group? Of
Yeah,
guys?
he was the one that wasn't short and wasn't Chris.
So he was the one like, oh, I will, or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Yeah. Fun Facts has a special guest today, Tyson. Why don't you tell him the fun fact?
The German title of this movie is Der Hexenclub.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. The Hexen Club. They do hexes on people. They're the Hexen Club. I thought that was funny. That's all I've got. That's it. That's all of it. Everything I have right there.
That's all the fun facts?
That's all the fun facts.
That was a fun time.
That was such a fun
Mhm.
time. Next week, we're gonna watch a different movie. Don't know what movie it is yet.
Probably going to be something.
It's definitely gonna be a movie though. Leave comments down below what movies you think we should do, since we don't have an idea. And even if we did, you should still let us know, and we'll probably watch those movies anyway.
Or maybe we do know and we're keeping it a secret from you.
Do know. It's like Uno, but do know.
Yep.
Follow us on social medias at Jecll Studios. I'm gonna burp. Hold on. No, I'm not.
Liar!
At Jecll Studios, Jecll Studios. That's on all of the big three: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I almost forgot what Twitter was for a second.
Also the big four.
What's the fourth one?
Anthrax,
Oh.
Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, and Anthrax.
Follow social medias.
Okay.
Yeah, follow social medias to get a chance to win the shout out if you can guess the movie from the obscure picture. I don't have anything else for you guys. Comment down below if you think witches are cool. Comment down below what movie we should watch. Comment down below if you think witches suck. And like this video, comment on this video, and subscribe to the channel and like the bell thing. And that's it. That's all I've got, right?
Like this video if you like this movie.
Like this video if you don't like this movie.
Like this video if you like quad pokies.
I love quad pokies.
Yeah.
Finger guns.
Like this video if you like boys.
Like this video if you like girls.
Girls just wanna have fun. Ooh, girls just wanna have fun.
Like this video if you don't like us.
I don't like us, so I'm definitely going to be liking this video. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. And as always, relax. It's just magic.
You get this pen.
You got one that doesn't click.
I don't know.
I don't know what you just said.
Can I have my pen back, please?